Hi everyone, Tridib from TGT and welcome to another video. Apple has released iOS 15.3 RC, that is the release candidate version to the developers, and by the time you are watching this video, public version may be out as well. This is the final build for the developers and public beta testers before a public release. Apple usually releases the same build to the public later if they don't find any major issue with RC version. Else we might see a RC2 as well. So if you are running any beta version of iOS 15.3, then go to settings, then general, and then to software update, and you should see your update available here. This update came in around 5.39 gigabytes in this iPhone XR, also around 4.5 to 5 gigabytes across all other devices. Every time you are going from a beta version to a public release, the update size is going to be huge because it reinstalls the entire OS. Along with iOS 15.3 RC, Apple also released iPadOS 15.3 RC, watchOS 8.4 RC, Apple tvOS 15.3 RC, HomePodOS 15.3 with multi-user voice recognition in more countries, and macOS Monterey 12.2 RC. Also, macOS Big Sur 11.6.3 RC is available as well. Let's check the new build number. Go to settings, then general, then about, and as you can see, the new build number is 19D49. If you are updating from iOS 15.3 beta 2, then there is no new modem firmware version in this update. But if you are on iOS 15.2.1, then there will be a new modem firmware update for you. As I mentioned in the beta 2 video, connectivity of iOS 15.3 is better than iOS 15.2.1. According to some reviewers and beta testers who are using 5G signals, says that the 5G signal issue is almost gone. Previously, it was a huge issue for 5G iPhone models. Also, my 4G LTE issues are gone as well. So it seems that Apple has sorted out the connectivity issue in iOS 15.3. There is no issue in the Wi-Fi connectivity in any of these devices. It is quite stable and working fine. Bluetooth and AirDrop also works perfectly after this update, no issue there. As I mentioned on my previous beta videos, AirDrop now works lightning quick with iOS 15.3 so far. As for the changes, Apple didn't really mention anything in the release note. As you can see here, it only says iOS 15.3 includes bug fixes and security updates for your iPhone and is recommended for all users, which is a bit odd for a major update like this. In iOS 15.3, Apple made a lot of wording changes throughout the OS. As I mentioned in the previous betas, Apple made wording changes for Apple Legacy Contact and Private Relay. In this RC version, there are wording changes in many places when you set up your iPhone for the first time. Also, according to some Apple analysts, Apple Digital ID code is still within the OS, but it is still not a feature of iOS yet. Maybe they will enable it later, or maybe as a part of iOS 15.4 or whatever version comes next. Also, the much anticipated universal control is still nowhere to be seen. Apple announced it on stage during the launch of iOS 15, but yet to implement that with iOS 15.3 as well. Though Apple didn't mention anything about the bug fixes in the release note of this RC version, but there is no mention about the bug in the Apple Music app, which causes major CPU usage and battery drain for some users. So maybe Apple has fixed that already. Also, the storage bug seems to be fixed as well. On iOS 15.3 beta 2, this wasn't even loading. Now it works and storage space used is also showing correctly, including the system data value. Tell me in the comments whether it is fixed for you or not. Also, this version must be fixing the major security bug in the Safari, where people might track you real time if you are on a website using indexed DB, that is database. This is a major security concern that came out a few days ago, and it seems that Apple is fixing it with iOS 15.3. The auto brightness issue with some devices and touch issue with iPhone 12 and iPhone SE 2020 models seems to be gone as well. Overall performance is good, I should say. This iPhone XR runs nice and smooth, no touch issue on this device. Battery life of iOS 15.3 beta 2 was good enough for almost all the devices. Same goes for this iPhone SE second generation as well. Battery life is average for this device. It provides around 5 to 6 hours of screen on time with medium usage. The stuttering issue here and there within the UI in this iPhone SE second generation is also gone after this RC update. As far this iPhone 7 is concerned, this works fine with iOS 15.3 given its age. I was facing storage bug in this iPhone 7 with iOS 15.3 beta 2. It's now gone after this RC update. The UI works nice and smooth. Also, this iPad 6th generation runs smooth enough. The rotation issue of iPad while using Safari while switching between landscape and portrait mode was solved in previous beta 2. Also, my viewers complained that iPadOS 15.2.1 has split keyboard issue, which is actually true. Split keyboard now works fine with iPadOS 15.3 RC. If you are interested about the benchmark scores, here are the Geekbench 5 scores for iPhone XR running iOS 15.3 RC. It is 1118 for the single core and 2770 for the multi-core. Scores are up from the previous beta 2. For the iPhone SE second generation, it's 1331 single core and 3170 multi-core. For this iPhone 7, 769 single core and 1397 multi-core. And for this iPad 6th generation is 758 single core and 1417 multi-core. So now the question is, should you update? If you are on iOS 15.3 beta, then you should definitely update. If you are on iOS 15.2.1 public release and not having any major issue, then just hold on for another week. Public release is going to happen soon. Apple has stopped signing iOS 15.2, blocking downgrades from iOS 15.2.1. So if you are on iOS 15.2.1, you will no longer be able to downgrade to iOS 15.2. That also signals that iOS 15.3 launch is imminent. If you are on iOS 15.3 RC already and looking to delete the beta profile, then don't do that yet. We might see a RC2 version as well if Apple finds any major issue with this update. Also, Apple has confirmed that iOS 14 security updates are not coming anymore. So iOS 14 users, Apple will now force you to update to iOS 15 if you want the latest iOS running on your iPhones. I have started a separate tech news series to deliver you news and developments like this. Episode 1 is out already. Do watch that after this one. Do share your thoughts, and if you have found anything new in this version, do hit the like button, share this video, and please don't forget to subscribe to TGT. I'll see you in my next one. Peace.